Welcome back to another episode of the Till Corner Podcast. Thank y'all for showing love. Keep tuning in, keep subscribe, share, or yeah, subscribe, and share. Keep us going. How you doing, Kat?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy we got that little Toy Story win out the way.
Yes.
Did you watch any of the Toy Story broadcasts?
Well, okay. No. I was going to, but I don't think I didn't realize what it was. So, I didn't realize that they were like fully animated.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any interest in watching that once I figured out that that's what it was. But I did watch the halftime with
Okay.
the Duke Kaboom because
Okay.
I didn't feel like watching the halftime of the ESPN. Uh, that's the only part of it I watched.
Yeah, I turned it on and I couldn't get into it. I watched probably about the first series on defense, and I saw Chad Muma get juked out of his shoes in Toy Story, and I was like, all right, I can't do this. It was filthy in the Toy Story version. Like it was so bad. It was so bad. So yeah, I went over to ESPN to watch the regular
Oh,
broadcast.
geez.
But yeah, I don't think they should do that again. I'm not sure if it was a huge success with the younger ones, but I know all of the adults that I talked to was like, yeah, not watching that. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. I think I thought they were gonna like actually show the game and then they'll have like little animations like here and there. That's what I thought it was gonna be. And then it was like animated versions of the players. And I was like, oh
Yeah. You thought it was gonna be
no.
like the Nickelodeon game, so where they kind of
Yeah,
throw
yeah,
random slime in and stuff. Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's not what it was. So I turned it off as soon as I figured out what was happening. I was like, oh no, I don't want to watch this.
How do you feel about the game outside of the Toy Story?
um, so. Um, I thought the defense looked pretty good. This was one of the few games where I felt like I don't know, there were flashes of the offense like clicking a little bit, but they still only scored one touchdown, which like they got to do better than that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no getting around it. Like score more. But to be fair, I do think that if like Zay Jones had been in the back of the end zone and not Jermichael Hasty, that probably would have been a touchdown because it was a great throw. But it's a hard catch for a running back to make. So um I think that would have been because everyone's like, oh well, Kirk was open, Kirk was open. It's like, yes, he was, but by the time that Trevor he was already in a completely different area at that point. He would have had to thrown the ball across his body and it would have been a shit show. And those types of passes almost always get intercepted. And then everyone would have shit on him for making a bad decision. So, he made the right choice. It was a great pass. Hasty just couldn't come down with it. So that would have been cool. But I liked that the one touchdown was to Calvin Ridley. I enjoyed that. And it was a great throw from Trevor. And he was, under pressure and kind of like dodged that one guy. So that was
Yeah.
cool. But overall, I'm glad we won, but the offense just, they got more work to do. I wish that Andre Cisco had got a pick six because he was definitely like on the way in to the end zone and then he dropped the ball, got like knocked out. So that sucked. But
Yeah.
I wish
Dewey
we
totally
could have gotten
whiffed on
points
that
off that.
block. Yeah, Dewey completely whiffed on that block. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Like
Yeah.
Dewey went to block the guy, but didn't actually block him.
Yeah.
Guy punched the ball out. I was like, Dewey, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
That was yeah, whatever. But yeah, I'll start with the offense. The right side of the line played pretty damn good. Brandon Sheriff allowed no pressures. I'm pretty sure Anton Harrison also allowed no pressures.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so both of those guys were great in pass pro. That's why you kind of saw Trevor rolling out to the right. I think the right side is coming along. Um, now we just got to figure out the left side.
Right.
But yeah, I think Tyler Shatley was solid at left guard. You didn't see him getting blown up. You didn't see those quick wins with a lot of pressure in Trevor's face. Pressure got in there late. He got hit a bit. His backwards jersey was pretty dirty, but that was
Yeah.
also him improvising, extending plays, that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
You saw Trevor run. You saw Trevor
Yeah.
use his legs. Doug Peterson even came back and said on that throw to Hasty that Trevor could have just ran for a first down. He was by himself out
Yeah.
there. So I think that's something they may look to implement a little bit more. I mean, if you want to play man defense, Trevor Lawrence can run the ball.
Oh
So
yeah.
team's gonna have to start spying and take one less guy to coverage, which I think could open up a little bit more. So hopefully they keep encouraging that. Kirk had a good game. I think he had 8 catches for 84 yards. Evan Ingram had a good game. I
Yep.
mean, he was just taking short routes and turning them into decent sized gains. I mean, Evan Ingram's a beast.
He
Um,
is.
I'm glad he turned around all of that stuff from New York. And then really outside of that, the defense was stellar.
They were.
Um, I saw a couple things, but Foley Fatukasi woke up finally, started pushing the pocket, responsible for one of the Josh Allen sacks. He pushed the quarterback basically down.
Yeah.
Like he literally ran his offensive lineman into the quarterback, and Josh Allen just had to help him to the ground. So that was
Yeah.
great. Um, Josh Allen, 3 sacks.
I love Josh Allen.
Another 3 sack game. I mean, this
You know
guy,
how I feel about Josh Allen. I love him.
yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's playing top 5 edge ball right now. I mean, you
Yeah.
got to give him his props. Like, yeah, you could argue some of the sacks he chased people out of bounds, or he just had to help them to the ground, but he is beating these guys one on one. He's in the backfield, like he's wreaking
Yeah.
havoc. Um, the pressure numbers don't show quite as much as last year, but he's making those impact plays, especially when you need them. Like he called game essentially on that strip sack. That was disgusting. He
Yes.
literally just showed immaculate bend and beat that guy around the edge so fast. Like Trayvon, take notes. But yeah, Foyer, I think he had a lot of tackles. Right now, he's currently 5th in the league with 46. Guys were balling. Trevor Lawrence is rated 2nd overall on the whole season by PFF. 67% completion rate. 13th in yards. He's doing okay. A little bit surprised that he only has 4 touchdowns through 4 games. A lot of
Yeah.
people expected him to be on that 30 touchdown pace with this offense and these weapons. So not quite sure what's going on with the touchdown stuff. If he's on pace for 17 touchdowns, that's a little scary, but I know they'll pick it up and they'll have some multi-passing touchdown games here shortly.
They gotta pick it up. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I'm
got
not sure what's going on with the offense. Like, I'm not sure how you can bring back 9 starters and look worse. Like,
yeah.
it's the same offense,
Yeah. I
more
think a lot of the
continuity.
problems right now, well, first off, play calling kind of sucks.
Yeah,
So that's not great. Because like Trevor Lawrence is your quarterback. Act like it, maybe.
yeah.
That's part of my problem. Like all these like short little like dink passes. Like you have Trevor Lawrence. Throw the fucking ball, please, and thank you. Like stretch the field. Like the one pass that they threw and they got the pass interference, the long pass
Oh
to
yeah,
Calvin Ridley. Like do more of that. I want to
yeah.
see that. Like stretch the field. You have a great quarterback who has an amazing arm and he's like known for his accuracy. So throw the ball more down the field. Like it's just driving me insane.
Yeah, and that's interesting. Like we were all, I mean, he did it a bunch last year, right? The Christian
Yeah.
Kirk deep passes and Kansas City all throughout the game. Some of those were dropped, but I mean, he threw
Oh
them
yeah.
last year. So it's like you add Calvin Ridley, who's a deep threat. You still have Zay Jones, who's been probably the best deep threat this year when he's in
Yeah.
there. And Zay Jones isn't in the game. We don't throw deep balls
Right.
other than one ball a game to Ridley. Last week they threw him a deep
Ridiculous.
ball, got broken up. This week they threw him a deep ball, pass interference. Throw more deep balls. Like
Yeah.
you have Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, and Zay Jones, and Agnew too.
Yeah.
You have fast receivers. Throw them the ball down the field. A lot of
Exactly.
that they say is because of the offensive line issues. Offensive line, they probably gonna shuffle around this week.
Yeah.
Cam Robinson's being reinstated from his 4-game suspension.
Thank God.
Walker Little's been amazing at left tackle.
Yes.
So I'm kind of scared there. I mean, he's graded out in my eyes, and a lot of the other different. Well, PFF isn't a fan of Walker Little. Not sure why, but he's graded out pretty good on a lot of other sites. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what happens there.
I'm happy to have Cam Robinson back.
Yeah, Cam's the big dog. Like he's the vocal leader. He's the energy guy. He's the put his foot down. He's the get nasty and throw somebody to the ground. And he's the guy that's gonna bring that nastiness to the O line, which is what they need.
Yes.
Which is what Brandon Sheriff usually is. But I'm not sure what's going on with Brandon Sheriff since he got to Jacksonville. I live in near DC, so know about Sheriff, and that guy was like the sheriff. Like he was a nasty all pro guard. Like that's why Jacksonville paid him top money. He was one of the highest paid guards when he got that contract, but he was hurt last year, and this year, I don't know. Before this week, he wasn't that good, but this week he turned it on. So hopefully we get more of that.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Parker Washington got hurt as soon as
Oh
the
my
game
God.
freaking started.
You
I
had
was so happy. Yeah.
I was like so excited that he was playing and he immediately got
Yep.
hurt. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. As soon as he finally get his opportunity, he got like it looked like he fell on the ball, but they came back and said it was a knee. So I'm not exactly sure what happened on that tackle because I didn't see anything with the knee stuff on the play. It looks like he just
Same.
kind of fell on the ball, and I'm thinking it's gonna be like a broken rib or chest contusion or something. He'll be out for a little bit. But then it's knee, MRIs and studies. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall that was a solid game. Brandon McManus rebounded well from the miss and the block field goal attempts last week, so he was freaking money. Like he
He
drew, I
was.
think, like a 58 yarder, and it looked like it could have been good from like
Oh yeah.
65. Like he nailed it. It still had like 5, 6, 7 yards of airtime left. Like he's a good kicker. I'm glad to see him rebounding that way.
Yeah.
The rest of the special teams was fine. I mean, they didn't score a bunch of points, so it's not like we had to do a bunch of kickoffs and stuff. But
Yeah. That's true. Definitely missed Agnew on the special teams though. Oh, hold
yeah,
on. Hold on. Sorry. What? Okay, no problem. All right, sorry.
no problem.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think for the most part, I think we're getting back on the right track. We have Buffalo coming up, who
We do.
freaking who beat on Miami. I mean, Miami just came off like a 70 point performance, like hottest team in the NFL. Two was the highest graded quarterback in the NFL. Vic Fangio defense, like those guys been on the roll, and Miami was like, let's put this to a halt.
Yeah. Um okay. I have some feelings about the Bills game. Obviously, I think I'm really happy about the Atlanta game because I think it was an absolute like must win. I would have been
Mm-hmm.
really worried if we lost that game. I'd have been like, oh, like okay, we're like not good at all. Like, oh no, this is gonna be a long season. But that I'm happy that we won that game and we should be 3-1, in my opinion. Um, but whatever, it's fine. 2-2,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I'll live with it. It's irritating. Um, but yeah, the Bills coming up. I mean, everyone who knows me knows I do not like the Bills, Josh Allen. But I will give it to him. Okay, he looked amazing against Miami on Sunday. So if he keeps that up, the Bills are in real good shape.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like that's kind of the pace he was on last year before the playoff thing happened with them. And then the late in the season, him and Stephon kind of getting into it a little bit in the playoffs and all that stuff fell out. But yeah, Josh Allen has these stretches where he is like only
Lights out.
Patrick Mahomes is better. Yeah, he has these stretches where it's like, yeah, only person better than me is probably Patrick Mahomes. So it's like, oh damn, well, I see why you were highly regarded as a top 2, 3 quarterback. So I don't think they've played the defense as good as ours though. If
I
you look at
agree.
this schedule. So I
I
mean, we'll
agree with
see
that.
what they do.
Okay,
I'm
so here's
just
the thing with Buffalo. Okay, are they the better team? 100%.
yeah.
However, I don't know what it is about the Buffalo Bills, but every time the Jags and Buffalo play, we play them super hard. and we almost always beat them. So, I'm interested to see how this goes. I think in order to win this game, the offense has got to wake the fuck up. And I don't
Yeah.
think there's any way we win this game if we don't have like a really good. This needs to be like the offense is like coming out party, basically. Like be the offense that y'all promised us you were going to be. That's what we need. And but I agree. I think that this is the best defense that Bills have seen so far.
Yeah,
So
I'm ready to see how our coverage guys hold up against Stephon Diggs, Gabe
same.
Davis. A lot of their guys pretty good too. James Cook has been running the ball so good out of the backfield. You saw Isaiah Pacheco bust some big runs on us too. So I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
little worried about that run defense when it comes to those speed guys. Like
Yeah.
the Jaguars aren't, I mean, they're right now top 5 run defense, but those speed backs give them a little bit more issues than the bigger bruisers kind of guys. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see our run defense against James Cook because he's balling right now. And then Darius Williams. I want to see Darius Williams get in there. I want to see,
Same.
a strong arm quarterback throwing targets against him. He's been pretty good though. Tyson Campbell, is he going to follow Stephon Diggs for the entire game? Honestly, I would probably do that.
That's what I would do.
Just to be honest, but I don't think you want to leave him one on one with Stephon Diggs at the same time. So
That's fair.
I want to see a little bit of double team. I don't think you use Cisco and him though. That's a little bit overkill. I think you kind of give him help over the top with Rayshawn. But then again, Rayshawn also kind of gets beat going over the top. So we'll see. I think Rayshawn's better in the box. He's a damn good box safety. So whatever Mike Caldwell decides to do, I'm with it. So
Yeah, same.
what do you think the offense keys to the game? I mean, they have a pretty good secondary. Tre'Davious White obviously just went down with the torn Achilles, but their pass defense is pretty damn good, and they know how to get after the quarterback. Von Miller may be coming back this week.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Of course. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
of course, it's just like another Chris Jones situation. I'm like, God, Jesus. Why can't we just like catch a break one time, you know? And I thought we
exactly.
had a break with the Texans, and then the Texans beat us, into the ground. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's like, okay, never mind. But the Texans also look like they're better than everyone thought they were going to be. So maybe I just owe an apology to the Texans in general. Um,
Yeah,
but anyway, I don't know. I mean, the main thing to me is they've got to be like that really like fire powered offense that we were promised. Like I would like to see Trevor be the quarterback we all know he can be. I would like to see all the receivers catch the ball. That would be great. Um, Stretch the field more. I would like to see Trevor probably run a little bit more.
hmm
But like not like too much. I just don't want him to like I want him to be like I don't want him to get hurt. That's
yeah,
my only thing with the running. But he is a very good runner, and I think he should do more of that. It'll kind of
hmm
like open up the field for different things a little bit more. I don't know. I think this could potentially be maybe like a big like ETN game. I don't know.
yeah. And the Bills defense is giving up over 6 yards a carry right now, so not good. ETN season
I mean,
maybe, but those guys are stout up the middle.
yeah,
Linebackers too, like Matt Milano's a dog. Like it almost feels like more of a week to use Tank Bigsby, to be honest. Like you need a bigger back running against that front seven, honestly. Like those guys are those are some big dudes in that front seven. So I feel like you
yeah,
almost need a little bit more of a bigger back. So we'll see if they use Tank. He got in last week. He had a couple good runs. One got called back for that Brenton Strange penalty for the
yeah,
holding.
yeah,
And then he freaking laid out Calais Campbell at the end on the sideline. That was pretty cool to see. Um, Brent Strange getting after the mayor. I mean, he laid him out, but
yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. I don't really have too many expectations, honestly. Like, this is probably one of the only games I'm going in, and it's just like whatever happens, happen. Honestly, I could see it. I could see it going any kind of way. I could
Same.
see the Jags getting blew out. I could see us, catching fire and blowing them out because they love to pass the ball, right?
Yeah.
Our secondary is pretty damn good. Like Darius Williams last week allowed a 0.0 passer rating when targeted. Only targeted 4 times, 2 PBUs, 1 pick 6, and 1 pass caught for 10 yards. So Tyson's been him. Um,
Yeah.
Cisco's been a freaking ball hawk right now. He has 2 interceptions. I mean, Cisco's really been him. He's
Ugh.
second in PFF grades of all safeties. Like
He
he's
just,
playing top 3 safety ball right now.
yeah. He really should
So
have
I,
had a pick six on Sunday.
yeah,
I
now
really wish he could have gotten that.
yeah, and his tweet was funny about it
It
too. He's like,
was.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna talk to God about it because me in the end zone ain't working right now or something. But
Oh my God.
yeah, Cisco was going to get paid. Tyson Campbell's going to get paid. Josh Allen's going to get paid. Calvin Ridley, not sure yet how it goes, but he's probably going to get paid. And we have to give up a second round draft pick. So I kind of see why Balky maybe sat on that 20 million in cap space this year to roll it over. Because
Yeah.
we got a lot of people to pay next year. You could do the Trevor deal next year too. I mean, it just gets crazy. Walker Little has to get paid if you want to keep him around. It's yeah. Jaguars gonna have a busy offseason with keeping this young core together. So I'm excited for what's to come. Bills matchups a little iffy for me. Prediction: I'm gonna go to Jaguars win it by a field goal. Um, More of a 30-27 type of game. This offense has to get humming.
It's
If
got to.
not, yeah, if this offense don't, so yeah, they put that out. The EPA of the defenses we play for the rest of the season. Jaguars play literally some of the best defenses for the rest of the regular season. I think we have like the 5th toughest schedule for defenses coming up. So the,
Great.
the perfect time to have a struggling offense. But
Right.
yeah, no, I think this is the week we get it going. You kind of saw it coming on last week. This is the week we get it going. O-line will get fixed. I think Cam's going to left tackle. Walker will go to left guard. The right side will stay the same. And I'm torn on the centerpiece, I will admit. A lot of people love Luke Fortner. He has not been good. His grades are not good. He's allowed a lot of pressures. I would consider looking at Tyler Shatley. I maybe give him 2 more games to kind of find his way. And if that isn't working and we're not winning games, I think it might be time to put Shatley back in there at center. He filled in for Brandon Leonard for those years. He's capable. We've seen him do it pretty well. I might have to go Shatley, Mr. Reliable. What do you
Uh,
think about the offensive line?
um, I don't know if I like Shatley at center. But I don't know. I think it'll be the Jags have always had such bad offensive line problems. It's been like an ongoing issue. um,
Yeah.
I think getting Cam Robinson back is going to be very very helpful for just like not only just to have him back on the offensive line, but just like for like the leadership of the offensive line. Um, and yeah, basically the same thing you said, I guess. I just don't know. I'll be interested to see how the whole like Luke Fortner, Tyler Shatley thing goes. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
huge Tyler Shatley person, but I mean, at some point you gotta go with what's gonna give you the better results. So
Yeah, and it
uh,
sucks. Yeah, it sucks because Luke Fortner is on a freaking rookie deal.
yeah,
So it's like he's a 3rd round draft pick. You want him to play well. You want that to be the future of the center position, but
yeah, exactly.
you can't be getting blown up like the way he is. So
Oof. But as far as like I guess predicting the game, um, this game could really go this game could go like so many ways. So like the Bills could completely destroy us.
oh yeah.
We could it could just be like a typical Jags Bills matchup where it's just no offense at all and the defense wins the game. um or our offense and their offense both figure it out and it's a high scoring thing, which I don't That's the one like I really don't. Well, I don't want us to get killed. That's the one I
Yeah,
don't want. I don't want us to get
yeah.
killed. That would be the worst scenario. I don't want that. And then if like we can get things going, technically we could kill them, which I don't think is going to happen. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I think the two most likely ones is that it's either going to be very defensive
Mm-hmm.
or it's going to be more of like a like offensive battle, which like kind of terrifies me because the offense hasn't like shown yet that they can like handle that. But I just need them to figure it out and this be the game where they figure their shit out and then going forward they're like really really good. Like that's just I need this to be the game that like gets everything like clicking. That's what I would like to see. I would like for us to win this game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I will not be surprised if we do not. But I
Right.
always want the Jags to win. So I'm always going to be like, the Jags are going to win. So I would like to see them beat the Bills. I also think it helps that sometimes I don't know if like staying in London longer helps the teams. I never really know, but that possibly could help us. We've been there a week. I also
Mm-hmm.
just don't like they have two London games. Like, it's annoying. Don't get me started on that. But yeah, I think we could win like 35-30
Mm-hmm.
because we need to have
Yeah.
a game where we score more than 31 points. I would like to see the offense put up some points.
Yeah, and they haven't had one of those games since the opener, right?
Mhm.
And then, yeah, this game, I think it's important for the standings for the AFC South in general.
Yeah.
We kind of gave one away to the Texans, where we clearly were the better team at the time. It looks like they've kind of caught on since then. The games before the Texans played the Jaguars, they were not good.
No.
It was like the Jaguars kind of gave them life.
Yeah.
And
Of
then now they're
course.
rolling. Yeah.
Oh, God. The Texans just like have or like the Jags number. I swear to God. Like I don't know what it is. It's like how Indianapolis can't
Oh yeah.
play us in
In
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
It's like Jacksonville, like the Jags like don't know how to play the Texans in Jacksonville. Like
Yeah.
why do they always beat us in
Yeah.
Jacksonville? Like
And we
always,
boat
but
race
like
them.
too much.
Yeah.
It's
And then
annoying.
we end up going to Houston and blowing them out, putting them
Yeah.
back in their place. So it's like, why can't we just beat them twice?
Do
They're
that
not that
here.
good.
Do that
Yeah.
in front of your home audience. It has to sit out in like a million-degree heat. Like it's so hot at those games.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people don't want to watch bad football and sit in like million-degree heat. It sucks.
Yeah, and that was a game a lot of people sold their tickets to. I saw a lot on Twitter. A lot of season ticket holders say they were able to, get some decent money from people wanting to travel from, Houston and other surrounding cities to watch their team. So a lot of people sold their tickets. And a lot of people just didn't show up because nobody wanted to watch the Texans at the time, who we thought were terrible. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think the whole AFC South is 2-2. Super surprised that the Titans were able to beat the Bengals. Not sure
Bengals
what's going
look
on there.
bad.
I'm
I
like,
okay,
oh,
this is
okay.
what
This is the week the Bengals get back on track. Nope, Titans boat racing.
yeah, okay. I think that one of the biggest issues the Bengals are having is I don't know that Joe Burrow is well. Like I
Yeah,
feel
he's
like
hurt.
he's hurt.
Yeah,
And
he's
I
hurt.
don't know, I just feel like he came back too early. That's how I feel. I think they need to like sit him for a couple more weeks because he just does not look like himself. He's not
Yeah.
moving around the way that he normally would. Like no, it's just it's a mess. I need I'll I don't know how their season's gonna go at this point. Like
Mm-mm.
it's yeah,
If they lose a couple more of these next few, that's probably a wrap.
yeah,
Like they may put Joe Burrow on ice for the rest of the year if they just have a horrible record here coming up on the halfway stretch, honestly.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a calf strain. So with that, you need rest. Which
I
they're
think he
not giving
just
them.
came back too
Yeah,
early.
he came back too early pushing it. And then Jamar Chase even said, like, I don't want my quarterback out there if he's not healthy. So Jamar Chase wants him to sit. A lot of the guys, he could be hurting that team, honestly, by playing injured, but
Yeah.
their head coach is under a lot of scrutiny right now with that one, which is Press Taylor's brother. So how cool. Both of these guys getting fucking scrutinized for their decisions right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like for Doug Peterson to call the plays, please.
Yeah,
And
I would too. But yeah, I think the whole AFC South being 2-2, some teams are starting to get a little bit of confidence back. The Titans are starting to get a little confidence. Houston's starting to believe they're actually good. And then the Colts, I mean, we have to kick their ass coming back. Like, we played them literally right after this London game in Jacksonville. It's time to do our normal tradition. Colts in Jacksonville. Let's blow them out. Like, we have to beat them down because Anthony Richardson, had some good runs last week, another rushing touchdown. He's starting to look like he's getting a little bit better. Honestly, both of the AFC South quarterbacks look better than Bryce Young.
yay.
I'll just be honest. They look better than the number one overall
Oh
pick.
no, they do, which is why I'm like, oh, how great.
Yeah.
How
CJ
great.
Stroud's going to be
Why
a
couldn't the
problem.
Texans take Bryce Young? And then people will be like,
Exactly.
don't you want the AFC South to be at the top of their game? And I'm like, no.
Yeah. Not
Why
with
do
elite
you want it?
quarterbacks.
Why do you want
No.
the Texans to get their franchise quarterback?
No. Yeah. CJ
No, CJ
Stroud is
Stroud looks
looking like
great.
yeah.
Anthony Richardson looks better than I anticipated. My mom's a
Yep.
huge Gator fan, so I
Okay.
know more about him than I would like to. And he just never really seemed to like, I don't know. I don't really know much about the Gators, but he just never really seemed to like be super, super great at Florida. So
No,
I
he
was kind
never
of like,
was.
okay. But
Never was.
if
Yeah.
he could, I mean, like, I don't want him to be like great, obviously, because he plays for the Colts. Like, hello. But,
Yeah.
good for him, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know. Jaguars in a tough slate. And
But
then
we have Trevor
it's
Lawrence, so we have our franchise quarterback too, though. So
yeah,
that's
we
what
do.
you have to remind yourself.
Yeah,
And
we
he's
have the
great.
second
He's gonna
highest
be great.
rated. Yeah. I
I
just
love Trevor.
I just can't figure out how CJ Stroud is just throwing all these touchdowns at Nico Collins, but we have fucking Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, Kirk, ETN, and we can't throw a bunch of touchdowns. Like, yeah, we got to figure this offense out. I
No,
think this is the
absolutely.
week. This
I'm
is the week.
sorry, like you have to. You have so much talent on the offense, and you have Trevor
Mhm.
Lawrence in the backfield throwing the ball. What's going on? Like, what? It doesn't, it's infuriating, to be quite honest. It's really irritating because it's like there's so much talent in the receivers and the quarterback that should, like combine to make a good
Mhm.
offense. And for some reason, it's not.
The
So they
part
need to figure that the fuck out.
Yeah, the part that really kills me though is the only passing touchdown we had on the day. Um, Trevor came out and said that wasn't the play call. That wasn't the play design at all. So Calvin really was supposed to stop, sit on that route, and catch the ball, but he saw that it was a busted coverage, so he just kept running down the sideline, threw his hand up. Trevor literally had to evade a free rusher, roll out, and throw the ball before the safety was able to catch back up to Ridley, which was pretty close. By the time the ball got there, it almost looked like he wasn't going to be able to get it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the only passing touchdown we got was on a busted play.
Yeah.
What is going on with the play calling?
Yeah. It's
And then
infuriating.
yeah, we keep getting to the red zone. One time we went for it on fourth down. Tim Jones was running a route where like it was going to be a backside, like post, skinny post. And he just started like juking and stopping in the middle of the route. And Trevor was like, okay, I guess I'll get sacked now on fourth down. So I was like, Tim Jones, what the fuck are you doing? Keep
Well, and
running your
also
route.
like isn't that like exactly what they drafted Tank Bixby for? Like fourth and one. Give it to
Fourth
Tank
and one.
Bixby.
Yeah. It's
Like, come
just so much.
on.
Yeah, it's so many questionable calls there. It's like fourth and one. Why can't we QB sneak? Why can't we run,
Yeah, freaking
under
Trevor's like
center?
so freaking huge. I mean, I know like obviously the offensive line kind of sucks, so we can't do the whole like push tush thing that the Eagles do because our offensive
Yeah,
line isn't good enough for that. But Trevor is still like 6 foot forever. He can
yeah,
QB sneak. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah, he can just jump a yard ahead. He did
It
that last year where
literally.
he kind of jumped up, stuck the ball over the pile. A little dangerous, but we've seen Trevor do it effectively. Yeah, I mean, sneaking right behind Brandon Sheriff. This guy's freaking all pro level player. Like
Yeah.
Brandon Sheriff, we're coming right behind you. We need 1 yard. Whoever's in front of you, you have to win this battle. Like
Yeah.
I would much rather see that than these plays where they're trying to throw quick outs to Kirk and it's covered, and he has to make two, read three. Oh, I'm sacked. Like I'm
Yeah, no, they're
tired of
getting
seeing
too
sacks on
like
fourth down.
they're getting like too like cute, too cute with it. Like just
Mm-hmm.
play, please.
Yeah. I'm tired of seeing Trevor sacked on fourth down. That's like the worst thing. At that point, you might as well just throw the ball. If it's an interception, that's a punt.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
but yeah, thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. We'll be
Thanks.
back next week to recap this game and get y'all ready for the Colts.